Hello everyone, my name is Rentin Abu, a management student from University Widyagama Program Summary. Today I will present the International Business Assessment regarding a very critical global issue that affect our current economic landscape. Our topic today is global trade and the trade. The threat of Hormuz crisis, shape of and in-depth analysis of trade, policies, and global risks. First, let us look at why the Strait of Hormuz is considered a critical point in international business. Geographically, it is the world's most vital maritime choke point for crude oil logistics. As we have learned from our writer, globalization fundamentally increases the interconnectedness and flow of capital across national borders. However, this high level of interdependence also means that any regional geopolitical conflict in the strait can instantly trigger severe international risks worldwide. Moving on to the import side, a crisis in this area heavily forces destination countries to implement strict regulation. We can see this through three major impacts. First, restricted market access. Protect their domestic interests, countries tend to tighten market entry through import inspection procedures. Second, higher supply chain costs. The disruption immediately triggers an increase in transportation and insurance costs. And third, rising protectionism. Nations often implement non-tariff barriers like by domestic campaigns, making global trade more restricted. On the export side, there are also three critical points that we must analyze. First, security control. In times of crisis, governments often restrict export to secure domestic supply and protect national security interests. Second, reputation risks. Companies operating within this high conflict zone face several logistical uncertainties, putting them at risk of being labeled as unreliable suppliers by their global buyers. And third, market differentiation. Because international buyers cannot tolerate supply chain delays, they will quickly divert their orders to competitors in safer and more stable regions. Now, let us evaluate the global supply chain risk equalization, which deeply creates operational uncertainty for international business. We can break this data down into three major consequences. First, 40% of the impact goes to maritime routing. Cargo vessels are forced to take longer alternative routes, causing massive logistic delays. Second, 35% triggers energy inflation. Any blockade in this energy choke point immediately spikes global commodity prices. And third, 25% increases general operational uncertainty, making it extremely difficult for multinational corporations to accurately forecast costs and manage inventory. Next, how exactly does this global crisis impact our domestic economy in Indonesia? We can analyze this through three systemic stages. First, the oil shock. Despite being an oil producer, Indonesia's high consumption has turned us into a net oil importer, making our energy security highly vulnerable. Second, severe fiscal pressure. As global oil prices soar, it puts a heavy burden on our state budgets, or APBN, due to rising energy subsidy costs. And third, domestic inflation. If the government is forced to adjust those prices, it will instantly trigger inflation, raise production costs, and directly increase the daily living costs of our society. To conclude this presentation, I would like to emphasize our main takeaway. In this highly interconnected era of globalization, no international business or national economy can be complete immune to geopolitical risks. Therefore, developing adaptive trade policies and global risk management strategies are the ultimate keys to maintaining our national economic relations. Thank you very much for your time and your attention. See you in the next video. Bye bye.